peeps, what's the deal? It's another recap. So as you may have seen in a previous video, I've already shown you my deadlifts from last week in the work-related pain fix video that I did. So this is from Tuesday onwards. This is the bench day. So this is a new phase and a new wave of the juggernaut method. So now I'm doing all my reps in the 8 rep range, and it's an accumulation phase. So basically very, very high volume for this week. And so it's 5 sets of 8 with 65% on the main movement. I've changed up my technique a bit. As I see more videos of myself benching, I see more things I can fix, which is a very, very good thing. So actually, as of now, I'm quite happy with how my technique is forming. So you'll see here, I'm cueing myself to meet the bar with my chest. So I'm maintaining an arch, and then I'm keeping my chest high, which allows me to pause more easily on the chest and get more power out of the hole. After that, this is a Spoto press. Isn't actually a bench press. Looks very, very similar. It's a pause 1 or 2 inches off the chest. Did 4 sets of 8 with 80 kilos at the first set, and then pyramided down. This is very, very specific to the bench press, and as I get more along the training cycle, all the assistance work will be very specific. So I wouldn't be doing any flies or not a huge amount of dumbbell pressing at this stage in the training cycle. So very, very tough. If you think it's hard to pause off your chest, try these. It's much harder to pause 1 or 2 inches off your chest, but still building a lot of strength in a weak position. You'll also notice that my grip is a lot wider, so the outside, so the little finger basically is on the knurling, whereas before I was at least 2 or 3 inches closer than that. So I'm feeling a lot more comfortable now with my bench, so happy with how that's progressing. After that, I moved on to some very light dumbbell presses to fail. So I think this is even 35, maybe just 30 kilos. No, I think they're 35s. But you notice here, literally looking at depleting the chest and the bottom portion of the lift. I'm not even locking these out. I'm literally looking to work on that bottom portion of the lift. So I think I was doing a set of 15 here. Shoot it for 15 on each set. It was 3 sets. Then did some pulling work. So 4 sets of 8 on a chin up, I believe. Find chin-ups with this grip are a lot more difficult than if I have my hands facing over the bar. But obviously doing that for 3 weeks, work on my weaknesses. After that, a cool little exercise. So these are single arm rows with a T-bar. Really feel these in my lat. That's literally what I'm using it for. Do not go heavy on these. These are literally for contracting the lat, building a bit of muscle. So supersetted that with some band pull-aparts with a shocking camera angle there. Then moved on to squat day on Thursday. So moving on to some walk-in box jumps. You'll notice how I've progressed it. So before I was doing static box jumps, now I'm walking into them. So that was about 20 jumps in all, split between a load of sets. Then on to my working sets in squats. Again, 5 sets of 8 with 65%. Adopting a Mark Ribito style of squatting here. So you notice my thumbs are over the bar, my elbows are a bit more flared, and my hips are shooting back a bit more. So getting used to this kind of technique. I know it looks similar, but actually I'm really concentrating on changing up a few things that you mightn't see. But no, they were feeling fast, feeling good. Really concentrating, taking rep by rep. Very, very important for a powerlifter when he's squatting is to go single by single. That's what it is. Do not just bounce up and down, lock out every single rep, especially on squats. So take a deep breath before every rep, explode into the hole, explode out. Notice I'm really concentrating on pulling my elbows together, really tightening up my lats. You notice how that keeps my chest quite upright in the hole. And then pushing through the balls of my feet. There's a reset. Bam! Now, 5 sets of 8. Extremely fatigued after that. Moved on to something I haven't done in years. Very light box squats. So you see here I have a 15 kilo bumper plate, which is I'm working on the upper portion of the squat. So you notice my femur is about 45 degrees here. Next week, or this week when I'm recording this, the next squat session, I'm going to put a 10 kilo bumper plate, which is slightly deeper, which will take me to parallel. And after that, I'll take the plate away and I'll just be squatting on the box you see here, and that will take me below parallel. So progression is everything in training. And you'll find here, I was just getting used to the movement again. So progressing it week by week. After that, did some straight bar back extensions. Again, another exercise I haven't done for a long time. I read something that Dmitry Klokov, the Russian weightlifter, said that whenever he does extensions of anything like this, you should always do it with a barbell or something on your back. So it's as if it's mimicking a squat or anything like that. If you're not doing that, if you're just doing that with like holding a plate to your chest, you're basically reinforcing bad technique. So started adopting that. After that, falling off a box, single leg step ups onto a box here. Luckily enough, it's actually in a perfect height where it puts my leg just below parallel as if it would be in a squat. Don't go heavy on these. Control it. Have the knee pushing out over the toes. Hold good technique. Did 3 sets of 12 each leg. Then finished off with some prowler suicides, which was absolute death. But I think I've upped my calories the past couple of weeks, so I believe it's important to add in a bit of cardio unless I want to look like an obese moron. So just finishing them out. On to, I think this was Friday, so this is the OHP day. So again, 65%, 5 sets of 8, so it's 52.5 kilos on the bar here. I feel my OHP is actually feeling really good at the moment, and you can find a direct correlation between your overhead pressing strength and your bench press strength. So I think if I'm getting stronger in my OHP, I'm definitely getting stronger in my bench, so all good on that front. Then main assistance work for the next 3 weeks. Single arm jammer press, slow and controlled. Now, great exercise, very safe for the shoulders, and you can really get in there. A bit better than dumbbell presses for myself, I feel. After that, again, working on the bottom portion of the lift. So you notice I'm not fully locking these incline presses out. So just put 60 kilos on the bar and doing sets of 15, close enough to fail. Never ever barbell incline press. Literally do it like once every 6 months. So I'll be doing it for the next 3 weeks to work on my weaknesses and build some upper chest size. After that, some T-bar rows. Again, with these, trick is not going too heavy, really pulling with your elbows and really feeling it in the belly of the lat. Great exercise. They only got one of these into the gym a couple of weeks ago, so giving it a lot of use. After that, single arm dumbbell rows. Again, very similar to how I was doing it in the last wave. Slow and controlled, pulling with the elbows, feeling it in the lat. Not going, like, I think these are 37.5 kilo dumbbells, so not too heavy. Just really feeling the weight. Finished off with some Lily shrugs, not regular barbell shrugs, Lily shrugs, named after Brandon Lilly, the powerlifter. So you notice I'm actually using a small bit of leverage to ensure that I'm squeezing properly at the top of the shrug. Did that with 100 kilos, did 12 reps, supersetted that with awfully shot. Then quickly, a little bit of posing. Holding some good size at the moment. Guys, thanks a million for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you soon.